What's going on, everybody? You tuned in to Smoke Dog TV. Today is the episode of Chopping It Up. I think we're on episode number 9. We got a special guest by the name of BJERKE Glassworks. What's going on, brother?
How are you guys, man? I'm doing good. I'm just man, living the dream and wake up every morning and kiss my boys and my wife. A good day, and it's great, man. I don't have any complaints right now at all. Life's good.
Already. So get the people a background story about you, man. Just something brief.
Man, I'm fourth generation military. I was in the military myself. Then long hard road of work and hard labor and being gone from the family. And then I was at I guess a midlife crisis, and I decided to quit my normal everyday, go get up and make over 6K a year job to I'd rather starve and be broke and be with my kids and my wife. And I just walked away from everything, and I was blessed enough to start a few different journeys, and art being one of the first journeys that kind of helped me grow as a person and as a kid. I fell back into it, by some weird grace. It happened, and it's allowed me to wake up every morning with my wife and my boys and do something that I love. So that's where we are today.
Right. And where are you originally from?
Uh, all over the United States. Like I said, it's just a military brat.
So you just stayed in Germany and everything. Was you out the country or you just in the United States?
Just all over the U.S.
Okay, for sure. What's your favorite childhood memory?
Um, Man, hanging out with my older sister, probably. She was my go-to. So just every moment that I spent with my older sister, uh, yeah,
Is she still alive?
yes, sir.
Okay, y'all still have a healthy relationship?
Oh yeah.
That's good, bro. That's good, man. So how'd you meet your wife?
Uh, I met her. Long story. I don't want to get into on that one right now, to be completely honest. But you know,
Okay,
she
that's understandable.
she uh, she saved my life. I can tell you that. And she met me at my lowest, and she's been there for everything. And I would not be where I am today without her. I'll tell you that.
Right, a good woman to keep you out of trouble and keep you kept when you don't want to
Oh
be kept.
man, you're telling me she's a blessing, dude. She's I everybody has, their moments, but I look at her, and I am truly thankful. We our boys are smart, they're healthy. uh she she's been there from day one and been my, as some people say, the ride or die. Man, I'll be with her forever. She's awesome.
For sure. That's what's up, man. That's good, man. Everybody needs that in their life, man.
Yes, sir.
So, what do you say you do? You own a dispensary? You a grower? You what do you do?
No, I'm a starving artist, my man. I'm a
Okay,
starving artist, and I blow glass, also known as lamp working. I work in a home studio, and I make art out of borosilicate. Uh, Everything from pendants to rigs to recyclers to wall art.
how long you been doing that?
Just over 3 years.
So it's been working for you. You staying at it, huh?
Oh yeah, it's a lot of people say hours equals powers, and man, glass is like a mirror. The more you
You
put
got to
into
get those 10,000 hours in, huh?
yeah, I mean, you better. Yeah. Yeah. uh There's been
So
a
that's
lot
your
of
product in
different.
front of you right there.
Yes, sir. It is. This is all me right here. I don't know how well
Hold
you can
one
see.
up. Hold one of them up closer to the camera. Just one of them, so we can see it like a close up.
So this is the Myco Minion.
Damn,
But
you made
wait,
that?
yeah. But wait.
You didn't make that, man.
I promise to God on all my children. Hold on a second.
You ain't that creative, bro. You might be creative, but I don't think you that creative. Oh, that bitch glow in the dark.
It's a UV light.
Oh yeah, that's badass, bro. That's next level shit right there.
And here's the
And
Silly Bird Recycler.
damn, where can you buy something like that at? If somebody wanted
My
to order it from you.
my Instagram. I'm actually starting my website. It's opened up. I just haven't, fully like told everybody about it yet. These are my
What's your
bubble caps.
Instagram name, if you don't mind telling the people that's watching or the people that's gonna see this in the future?
It's BJERKE Glassworks, just like it is on my tag right there. So these are a bubble cap,
Cool.
and then 1 second, and then these are all flower pieces. These are all chillums.
How much does something like that cost?
My chillums, these ones, they like this one weighs 4.4 ounces, so quarter pound, and it costs right there around $100. So $100 for me plus $5 shipping for these right here. But you can see all these on my Instagram and my website as well. Some of them are sold, like this one just got paid off. This one, the guy still owes me $200, but I do have stuff available and I am open to request. I'll show you something I'm making right now.
Do you ever go to like shows and conventions and stuff and be a vendor and set a table up?
I do. I was supposed to be at Las Vegas this year, but unfortunately I couldn't afford to drive there. I've got children, so I would have to have somebody watch my kids and then make it all the way to Vegas. And
You should start a
financially,
GoFundMe.
yeah, I'm a hardworking man, and sometimes I get up at 2 a.m. to get out here and work, and I've got stuff to sell. I don't want to go fund
Right.
me. You know what I'm saying? But I'll show you something real quick I'm making. So this is hot. This is 1,050 degrees right now, but this is the next bird that I'm making.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Can you put a dab on that?
yeah, you'll be able to. But this
For
whole
sure,
thing
for sure.
is pink in the black light. So I do
Oh
make
yeah?
my own stuff.
Right. That's what's up, brother. That's what's up, man. And you say y'all working on the website, y'all don't have it up yet?
It's up. I just there's a couple more things I want to add, like sticker packs, some $5 and $10, $20 items, t-shirts, because with all of my cheaper stuff, I'm going to be doing entries. So I mean, you could win essentially something like this just by buying a sticker pack, and I'll be doing my monthly drawing for a nice heady piece of glass, and it may only cost you $5, but you'll be able to do that through stickers or t-shirts. You'll still be able to support me and still be able to get a cool piece of art.
So you doing giveaways?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Cool, cool, cool. So like far as the website, did you go through Shopify or did you go through like how do you set that up?
Through Big Cartel.
Big Cartel? Okay. I
Yes,
used
sir.
them before in the past.
Yeah, I could put up to 50 items at a time, and like I said, I got some of these items on there, but they are
You
marked
get any
sold.
traffic?
Uh, I haven't promoted it really. I just showed like a couple friends and family, but I haven't like shouted it out to anybody yet.
Okay, I got a book called the Ad Playbook. It teaches you how to like run ads and stuff, bro. I'm gonna email that to you for free, bro.
Oh, copy that, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, it'll help you. I mean, if you don't want to read it, that's cool. But I'm telling you, and you'll take that information. It'll boost your business. It'll give you an
Yo,
overflow.
dog, I've been told I need to read a book, so go ahead and send it to me.
For sure, for sure. I got you, brother. I got you. So what was it like growing up during the holidays?
Um, Man, honestly, I lived in such a weird, carefree world. Not that my life was carefree, but like in just such a just weird way that I never really paid attention to much, but everything was all right. You know what I mean? It was always an adapt or overcome situation, and as of now, I struggle being around a whole lot of people, and holidays specific. So they were never bad, but
Why
it
you
was.
think that is that you struggle with that?
What's that, sir?
I said, why do you think you struggle with being around a lot of people right now?
Man, yeah, I don't know, just social anxiety, maybe.
Do
I'm
you
not
do you
sure.
think that COVID had something to do with that? Like the whole
Oh,
pandemic when everybody was like
like
quarantined and stuff?
I can be in an event and talk to 1,000 people about my artwork, but then when it comes to discussing like just everything else, it's difficult. It's weird. So, and it's always kind of been that way. So, but everything, nothing was bad things for
Have
a
you ever
while.
been diagnosed with depression?
Oh no,
Okay. PTSD?
no diagnosis. I'm a clean bill of health, my man.
For sure, for sure. I'm just asking, bro. I ain't trying to be,
Just,
just
I
asking.
appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure, bro. We care about you, my brother. You know what I'm
I
saying? We
got
just checking on you, dog.
you. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. So what was your least favorite job you had in the past?
Um, Least favorite job. Man, I was a pizza delivery driver once, and I was a terrible pizza delivery driver. I got in accidents. I mean, I tore pizzas up. Like I didn't know what I was doing. I hated that job. That one. When I finally totaled that car, it was like, all right, my parents aren't buying me another one. Like we're good. I don't need to go to work.
Right.
So probably that one, being a pizza
You didn't
delivery.
make you didn't make good money doing it. I thought they tip pizza drivers pretty good.
Man, I was a kid, and I was just I don't know. That was a long time ago, my man.
Right.
I, I
If you can
wasn't.
go back to your if you can go back to your 21-year-old self, what would you tell yourself?
Uh, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're exactly where you're supposed to be, and that goes for anybody. No matter the struggle, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. It's what you do in your next steps that turn that outcome. You know. So that right there, I've that was a rough year. 21. And I'm sure for a lot of people, but
It's a big transition.
yeah, yeah, just you're exactly where you're supposed to be. It'll be all right. Get through it.
Right, right. Yes, sir. Adapt and overcome.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So what does your morning routine look like?
uh Man, I usually have two choices the night before. It's if I want to sleep in, I bring the dog upstairs, which I'll sleep in until about 6:30. If I want to make sure I get up and get out here and get to work, I leave him downstairs because he wakes me up around 3:30. So get up first thing. It's bad is coffee, and then turn the heater on in the studio, and start figuring out what I'm gonna do next. Is it like right now I've got a couple customs I've got to do. and I've got some repairs I got to do. So it's really wake up, coffee, and try to kick today's butt.
For sure. That's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
Uh-huh.
For real. So who was somebody that was influential in your life?
Man, my grandfather. Um, one of the
Shouts out to
biggest.
Grandpa.
Yeah, he's the biggest influence in my life. And you know, if you pay attention to certain things, you know, you can sense a loved one. And recently, you know, I've sensed both my grandparents, the ones I'm talking about, you know, more and more in my life, and so them, grandma and grandpa, they were, man, awesome people. Always had, everybody had struggles, don't get me wrong. But that dude right there, man, he makes me want to be a good dad. Um, at the end of the day, you know, making sure that you seize that moment with your kids, because he sees that moment with me. And
Right. That's deep, bro. That's
yep,
what's up,
yep.
man. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Oh man, my wife and I have been talking about this a lot more lately, and there's a few different avenues, but we've thought about Spain.
Spain. Why you say that?
We're recently, you know, we're discussing it more and more, and it's just kind of recently come up. But if I had to
So you did
say,
your homework on it.
she's really doing it, and
For
you
sure.
know, I trust her, and I trust what she's thinking. But if I had to choose by myself, man, I want to be on a snowboard, you know, 60, 70, 80 days out of the year. You know, that's me. That's what I want to do. And
Oh, so you fuck around with that skiing and stuff, snowboarding and stuff?
I love snowboarding. I haven't been in a long time, and I would love to be able to. And I told this to my wife yesterday. I'd love to be able to take my younger boys snowboarding before I can't get back on a board again. You know.
For
So
sure, for sure. They'll remember that forever. The closest
yeah,
I ever been to snowboarding was playing a video game back in the Gap, bro, on PlayStation 1. It was a game called Cool Borders. I used to
yeah,
play the shit
bet,
out that game.
bro. I got you.
Yeah. You remember
Yep.
Cool Borders?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I used to play the shit out that game, bro. That game went hard.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
for real, for real. So what was your favorite subject in school?
Man, I love science and art. Um, and art was always just a huge avenue. There wasn't enough music. And music definitely would have been one, because I'm a musician. Uh, but art and science, um, the poetries, man. I love poetry, but that wasn't offered really, you know. But if I, you know, had to break it down, it'd be science, dude. Science was awesome. And that was just like you had the experiences, and you had the experiments that you did, you know what I mean? And you know, I went to the state science fair off of a project in Southern California, and my project was what type of goldfish food makes goldfish bigger. And I won. Like I it was awesome. Like it was science was cool. But
For
science,
sure.
art, music, like those things were very important to me.
So what was the favorite trip? Like, if you can remember a trip, it could be recently, it could be when you was a child. Like, one of my favorite trips was when I was a kid. We went to Florida for the first time, you know. That was way back in 92, 1992, the 19th century, you know what I'm
Have you ever been into like large caves? Like
saying?
there's caverns all over the United States. Have you ever been to a cavern and walked inside deep into these, they're safe, deep into these caves? Have you ever done that?
I went to one in Alabama before. I forgot the name of it. I think it was called Rick Woods or Rich Woods or something like that.
Yeah. So like that's something that I I love taking my family on. We don't do it as much as we'd like to, but man, we've been to, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6, and they're young, you know. But that right there, if you can get into a cave and just explore, and you can learn about the history of it and the people that have been there before you, amazing.
For
But
sure.
going into the caves is always a good family trip. Uh, my wife and I finally went on one, vacation as a couple. We went to Maui years ago, and
That's in Hawaii.
yes, sir, one of the
For
islands.
sure.
And we drove the road to Hana in a 1970s Westphalia like camper van, and we lived out of the camper van for 8 days and just drove around the island and lived in the van and showered in the ocean. And like we would get a campsite maybe and get a good shower in, or we would get I think we got 1 or 2 hotel rooms while we were there for those 8 days. But that was an amazing experience to be able to do that.
Right. Man, how old were you when you did that?
uh Early 30s, but that was my
Yeah.
first like vacation.
Right.
And it was my brother's wedding, so we were very fortunate to be able to make it work at that time.
So, do you consider yourself an introvert or extrovert?
To be completely honest, I don't really know the definitions of the words to give a good answer.
I would say, to sum it up in layman's term, or for lack of better words, it'll be like a introvert to be somebody that's like maybe a homebody, secluded, isolated, and then an extrovert to be somebody that's maybe the life of the party. I don't know. I never looked up the definition, but I'm just going off of, what
I
I think.
I I enjoy uh, being. I mean, I don't want to say in my hole here in the studio, because it does get lonely for hours on end, and I'm ready to open because I've got a vision that I want to achieve with the art. And I'm hoping that I'm able to open this craft into more people's lives. And I guess what I'm trying to say is turn from an introvert into an extrovert through the arts, because it's always been something that has been a passion. So
Right.
that might be one of my goals that you just maybe unlocked. I'm not sure.
For sure, for sure. If you won the lottery tomorrow, it could be any amount of money. It could be 10 million. It could be 100 million. What would be the first thing you buy?
Um, I I wouldn't. Well, I would buy the building in my town. It costs, I think the lady wants $10,000 for it. I would buy that building and I'd open my art studio. That would be it. I wouldn't change my life at all. I would I would open my dream, and that's um, pretty much opening I don't want to give it out, but I want to make this available to people that don't have the opportunity to see the arts or experience them. Um, some schools have it, but this is mainly for homeschool kids to because we homeschool, to be able to
Yeah.
go to a place and see an artist in that state, and that artist is doing classes for free, and the class can, or the kids can go through and come and hang out with other kids, and we talk art for a day. Maybe it's drawing, maybe it's glass, maybe it's pottery, maybe it's just some type of art form, and ultimately that's what I would do. And whether I'm rich or poor, um, that's what I'm
You're gonna stay rich forever if you build a network like that. You know what I'm saying? For
um
sure. It's almost
I'm
like you got your own college almost, for real. And
I,
college ain't gonna never go out of business.
I just want to give back to something that has meant so much to me.
For sure, for sure. So what do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years?
Continue to be happily married. My second son will be old enough to move out at that time. Um, my other two and my wife, and if he decides to stay home, great. But we plan on being on the road. Uh, I've got a I've got a bus that I'm converting slowly. I haven't worked on it in a few years. I've been doing this, but the plan is to move them into the bus and me and go see the country.
When you
Um,
say bus, what kind of bus is it? Like a
it's
Winnebago?
Can I show you?
For sure. Hey, y'all tuned in to Smoked Out TV, episode number 9, chopping it up. BJERKE's Glass Works. He finna show us a tour of his bus that he customizing. He converting it into a living space. Oh man, you got the real deal, man. You ain't
Yeah,
playing.
it's it worked out. I was very fortunate with it, but
For sure.
that's
What kind of bus is it? What's the name of it? What's the specs on it? Like, just give us a
all right.
little dialogue on that.
All right, she's a MCI, so she's a New Jersey transit bus that took people from New Jersey to New York City uh,
Okay.
for a long time, and then it was converted by an elderly couple who converted it. They unfortunately were able to, well, fortunately, unfortunately, were able to make one trip of it, and then the woman unfortunately passed, or maybe the male did. I don't know. I'd have to ask my wife, but one of them passed away. So they were able to live their dream one time, and then it was sold to a singer, and she had it converted it a little bit, and COVID hit, and she had to get rid of it because she couldn't go on tour, and this was around the time where I quit uh, my career. And came home, and it was my goal that if I ever had to leave for work again, I was going to take my family with me, and that's when I traded my truck for that.
For sure. You made a good investment, bro. I like that, man. Stay at it, man. Stay active. You know what I'm talking about? Make it happen, man. For real. We
I
want we
appreciate
want to see the finished product, bro. And then I think you should document everything, every step. And then I'm not trying to tell you what you do. I know you're a boss, bro. I'm just sharing information with you. But I think you should vlog everything and like kind of monetize that, bro. Like people want to see that shit, bro. It's other people that think just like you, but they're not brave enough to say what they think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I got you. It's and we've got a little thing on it, but we haven't done much to it, like I said. But it's this year is our year. Everything's changing. Like I said, I've had a lot of different careers, and by me being home, it's really made the bond between my wife and I a lot stronger. So our visions have been able to align, and I feel like our goals are headed towards the same directions. And I've tried to do a lot of work on myself to be a better and more positive role in the relationship. Just because man, it's hard as a man to try to invest, and I'm trying to invest. And man, like I said, I'd do anything for her, and yeah, we're doing it. I don't know, I'm sorry, I'm on a tangent, but she's
Nah,
awesome.
you good, bro. You good, bro. That's good, man. Big ups to your wife, man. Much respect, bro. Real talk. I got three sons myself, bro. So I know how it is. I ain't gonna go all in the details, but yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. It's a beautiful thing, though. It's what it's all about, man. Having these kids and just watching them grow up and seeing, how they act and knowing, remembering that you used to act like that when you was a kid, and
Yeah.
it's fun, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. It's kind of like I don't know what to call it. I guess it's either or. It's just you can just kind of give me a quick answer. But the first question is gonna be if you could live and just live off one meal, what would it be? If you only had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
One meal would be a white broccoli pizza, which is just, your homemade dough. You add a little bit of oil, a little bit of garlic, salt, your cheese, and then you add some broccoli and maybe a little bit of chicken. But man, I could eat that all day, every day.
Okay, something we don't know about you.
Uh, my truck's broke down.
I think we all got something like that. Somebody got something sitting in the yard or somebody else's yard or you know,
Yeah.
for sure. You gonna get that motherfucker fixed though. That's all that matters.
I know.
Childhood crush.
Man, my wife. She's she's 4 years older than me, but man, she's the only one I can think about, honestly. I met her when
Hey,
I
I,
was.
hey, I stole these questions from Larry King. These little questions right here. He asked Cat Williams these questions.
Yeah,
So just
that's
just to let you know where I got these questions from. Shout out Larry King, the OG.
that's funny. Yeah, I met my wife.
A secret. You met your wife? Go ahead.
I was still a kid. You know what I mean? I was
Yeah,
21, 22 years old. So my childhood crush, my wife.
for sure. Shouts out to the wife. What's the secret talent that you got besides making those glass? The glass work.
Uh, I taught myself guitar as a child. I can't read notes. I can't read music, but man, I could play, and I teach my kids to play. And one of my kids, I had to hand my ukulele to him to tune it, and he's tuning by ear. It's like my tuner's dead, and I hand it to my third son to tune it for me. But I can play it. I just can't read music, and I can't tune a guitar.
Right. One person you'll trade your hold on. One person you'll trade places with for a day. We got you back.
Yes, sir.
Okay. One person that you would trade places with for one day.
Uh, I don't want to answer that question.
Okay, for sure, for sure. What's the biggest risk you ever took?
Invested in myself. So the way I got the money to start all this was I had a stock in a company that was started by ex old President Ronald Reagan, and if I would have kept my money in that stock, I don't pay attention to it, but I'd have some money. But I took a risk and I invested in myself, and I won't ever look back on that. So
For sure, for sure.
that right there. And I thought that moment, it's either I sit here and I let it wait and I see what happens, or I pull it out and I do something that I thought about doing when I was 3 years old, and I just do it. And man, if you have that moment in your life, just do it. Like no regrets, man. Just do it. And it's awesome. Like my wife, she's starting to learn a little bit. I had my youngest son. He made a marble with me just a few days ago, and invest in yourself. That's all I can say. That was my biggest risk, is just trying to invest in me. And a lot of people looked at like, what are you doing? And I'm fortunate I stuck with it. But that right there, if you're gonna take any type of risk in yourself and invest in yourself.
What's the best compliment you ever got?
Um, my my shaved face. When I have a shaved face, I look young.
For sure, clean shave, man.
Yeah.
For shit, sure. For shit, sure. If you were stranded on the island, what would you take with you?
Uh, how many items or how many things? What?
We could limit it to like five things.
All right. Obviously, abundant fresh water. Um, I mean, nice weather, calm
Okay,
sea,
that's two.
calm seas. You
Number
know,
three.
uh, abundant MREs, and my wife is gonna hate me for this, but her.
Okay, that's four.
Yeah, I said MREs, so meals ready to eat. So I'll always have something to eat. I'll be all right.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, I heard your MREs. For sure.
Yeah. I get one more.
Yeah, you get one more. We on number five right now, brother.
A straw hat.
A straw hat. You got to beat that sun, man.
Yeah, but I know my wife will make all the stuff. She's good at that. She'll make the hat shoes.
What's the worst advice you ever got, if any?
Um, Worst advice. The worst advice would be uh, how many lamps do we need in the world?
What you mean by that?
I wanted to do this trade when I was a child, and I saw somebody doing it in Southern California. I told my mom that's what I want to do when I grow up. Uh, and somebody looked at me and said, "How many lamps do you think we'll need in the world?" And never thought about the medium or making sculptures or messing with glass until 30 years later.
Hmm. I heard a dog barking in the backyard. That's your dog?
Yes, sir. He's hearing me talk. You know, I usually
What
have him
what
in.
kind of dog you got? I love
He,
dogs, bro. What kind of dog you got?
he's kind of just a gold nut, but he's a good dog. Uh,
For sure, for sure.
yeah.
So, what's something you wish you were better at?
Uh, Man, I know I've been talking about my wife a lot lately, and that's because I'm really trying to do her justice and just man be everything for her. But communication with my wife and kids, and that's being able to really take in and comprehend what they're saying and being able to express, you know, and actually talk and good communication. That's something that I really need to, and I see that I just need to work on. Because I feel like I can do it with other people, but to get on that another level with other people, and especially my wife and kids, and man, proper communication and really listening to what people are saying and the words that you're putting out and the vibes you're putting out. Man, it could really affect a person. So,
Right, the frequency you operate on, for sure.
yeah, and just, and that's where I want to be. I want to be that. Not that I want to be talked about in a certain way when I'm gone, but I want the way that I act my kids to think about and say, you know, this is the way I should act, and in a good way. You know what I mean? I want to be that positive role, that positive communicator, because we're essentially leading the future and with these people forever, and that relationship's important. And with a lot of jobs, I was gone for a lot of years, so I missed out on a lot, and I'm playing catch up, I guess is what I'm saying, and I'm really, really trying.
Right, right.
I'm
Not to cut you off, but far as what I say, I never say I'm playing catch up. I always say I'm catching in. You know what I'm saying?
there
You
you
never
go.
catching up. You just catching in. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Yeah.
Don't be too hard on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're doing good, brother. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
somebody doing worse. Somebody doing worse than you. Nobody's problem is bigger than the next person's problem. So I'm not trying to
I,
downplay your problems, but I'm just saying, just keep your head up, bro. You doing good, bro. For real.
I
I'm gonna
appreciate
ask
it.
you the next. For sure, for sure. I'm gonna ask you the next question. The strangest encounter that you had with a stranger.
Strangest encounter. And I really don't have an answer for that one, to be completely honest. Nothing can come to my head on that one. It's
Right,
probably
right,
somebody.
right.
But no, I don't have an answer for that one either.
For sure, for sure. Okay. So we almost getting close to the end of the meeting. I'm gonna ask you probably a couple, like two, three more questions. Tabasco or Louisiana hot sauce?
Can I choose Frank's?
You fuck with Frank's?
Man, that's my sauce, dude.
We got to get you a sponsor from Frank's. Shout out
Oh,
Frank's hot sauce.
Frank's hot sauce, dude.
So you put sugar on your grits or nah?
My wife eats grits. I do not.
You put salt on your watermelon or nah?
Salt on your watermelon.
For sure, for sure. All right, we're gonna get to the last question. This the last one. It's funny, everybody always laugh at this question. So do you pee in the shower or do you get out the shower and piss in the toilet?
What do you think you would tell your wife? You
I'll
pee in
piss in the shower.
the you pee in the toilet.
You pee in the toilet?
You pee in the toilet.
That's what you tell your wife, but you really piss in the shower.
Man, they don't need to be. I got kids at home, all boys. We don't need that much piss in the toilet. The shower. I'll tell them all. You pee in the toilet.
You pee in the toilet. But what if you already set it up? You know what I'm saying? You already done got lathered up. You dig what I'm saying? And
Then
you gotta get all the way out the shower, bro, and,
then
and piss in the toilet. Hey, anything you want to tell the people before we get out the channel, bro?
man, no, this is just check out my stuff. I put a lot into it. Even just a like, a follow, a share. I just check out my stuff. I put in a lot of hours. I'm proud of the products I do. I do some fun giveaways. So I try to give back to the community a lot. So man, just follow the page. Is it, man? Give me a follow. That's it.
And what's the page name again?
It's BJERKE Glassworks.
BJ's Glassworks. Y'all heard it here on Smoke Dog TV. We've been chopping it up with my boy BJ's Glassworks. I appreciate you, bro, for coming through, man. Shouts out to you. Shouts out to your family. Shouts out to everything you got going, bro. I wish you prosperity and peace, bro.
All right, hey, you too, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me on.
100, bro. In a minute.
All right,
Peace.
peace.